Yoma Daf Nunvav. Today's email comes from Jane Nathanson. Hello, Rebelli. Long time no email. I'd like to get in on the hak about Shaq, otherwise known as Hakashak. There was a daf about a month ago where you showed a certain cartoon character depicting an Amaritz. That day in Erev Shabbos I was having a hard day, but the picture lifted me up. Mamish changed my day. Who knows if your Shaq picture did the same to someone else? Keep trusting your gut and Kol Tuv. Jane Nathanson from the Five Towns. Avi Mandelbaum, Shavua Tov from Teaneck. I'm sitting here learning today's daf, and you ask, where do we hold like Rav Meir? I yelled out, since I had headphones in my ears, Sphira! And doing so, I woke up my parents. Also, all the amazing edits and inserts from Reb Yosef Bilyak have been amazing. Can't wait to be home and back live, but I will miss the edits. Avi, not anonymous, Mandelbaum. Shkoyach. Yoma Daf Nunvav. As we were talking the other day, Rabbi Yehuda does not hold of the concept of brera, of retroactive clarification. How do we know this? The halacha is that on Shabbos you could only walk 2,000 amma past your home or the city limits. And the halacha is you cannot make, well, if you want to walk more than the 2,000 amma, you have to make an eruv tchumim, and like this you shift the 2,000 amma to the eruv, which is up until 2,000 amma from your home, and then from that eruv you can walk 2,000 amma in each direction, but you can't walk past your house in the opposite direction. The halacha is that you cannot make two of these eruv tchumim. So what happens if there are two Talmidei Chachamim coming to the city, they're both coming from different directions, and you're not allowed to make two eruvim? So a person sets two eruvim, one to the east, one to the west, and on Shabbos he'd like to decide which eruv he's going to be using, which Talmid Chacham speech he wants to hear. So according to Rabbi Yehuda, you cannot do so. Why? Because Rabbi Yehuda holds ein brera. We don't have retroactive clarification. However, there is a way you could use an eruv, and that is if there's one chacham, sort of like on a triangle. He's on top of the city and he can come to the east and he could go to the west. And you said two eruvim, and he came on Erev Shabbos, then you could use the eruv that he's closest to, because over here it's not that you're clarifying on Shabbos which eruv you're using. It became known that on Erev Shabbos that was the eruv that you set. And therefore it's okay to use that eruv. However, you cannot prove that Rabbi Yehuda doesn't hold of brera from the halacha that if one buys wine from a kusi, even if you hold that they're real gerim, you have to take trumsa meiserus from the wine that you buy from them. Now he doesn't have a vessel to pour the trumsa meiserus into. So the halacha is the meiser sheni part that you can take care of right away. You mechal it on money. But what about the trumsa meiserus? So according to Meir, it's very interesting. You could be mafresh truma meiser in the bottle, say part of it is truma meiser, then you go and you drink from the bottle, and then when you find the kli, you say, okay, whatever's left over, that was the truma meiser. In other words, retroactive clarification. But according to Rabbi Yehuda, we don't say that he's allowed to do so. But not because he doesn't hold of brera, but it's because he's concerned, what if the bottle breaks open after you already drank? It comes out that retroactively you drank tevel, and that was his concern, but Rebbe is not concerned about that. But at the end of the day, L'maskana Rabbi Yehuda holds that writing something on a pushka, on a bottle, or whatever it is, works. We're not concerned that you're going to forget, you're going to mess up. Like we see by the 13 shayfras, the 13 pushkas, you write eitzim, levina, whatever it is. So then how come it is that when it comes to the base of what you put the blood on, he holds that there's one base because he's concerned that you're going to get mixed up? Why can't you just write, this base is for the bull's blood and this base is for the goat's blood? And the reason is because we're talking about Yom Kippur. And on Yom Kippur we're concerned that the Kohen Gadol is going to be very weak. And because he's weak, he's going to make a mistake. And there's another raya that we're talking about Yom Kippur where he's weak, because there's a lot more blood for a bull, so you should be able to feel it in the weight. It's also a different color. The bull's blood is a lot darker in color. It's a redder red. And the reason why we're concerned that he's going to mix it up is because of the weakness of Yom Kippur. There was once a chazan on Yom Kippur that davened in front of Rava, and it seemed like from what he was saying, saying like Chachamim and like Rabbi Yehuda. He said that the Kohen Gadol put down the blood on the second base. That's like Chachamim. But he said he lifted up the blood of the bull and he put down the blood of the goat. In other words, there's only one base. So Rabbi said you have to be consistent. You have to say that he put down the blood and then he picked up the other blood. So in other words, there was two bases. Just like we said with the blood of the bull and the blood of the goat, he sprinkled one on the top and 7 towards the bottom, both by the bull, both by the goat. And all that was taken care of in Kodesh HaKodashim. The same halacha applies when he leaves the Kodesh HaKodashim. He does the same thing again in the Heichal towards the Kaporos, because it says in the pasuk, the continuation of that pasuk says, "Hashoichen itam b'soich tumasim." The Gemara gives us a drasha. There's one tzduki, Min, that told Reb Chanina, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to be between the Yidden. He's not between the Yidden. Why? Because it says in the pasuk in Eichel, "Tumasa b'shuleh." HaKadosh Baruch Hu compares you to Anida, your tummy, and the Shechin is not going to be shayra with Tumah. So he quoted in the pasuk. He said, "Hashoichen itam b'soich tumasam." Even though Klal Yisrael is tamei, perhaps not doing the right thing, they're tamei. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is still with Klal Yisrael. Have a wonderful day.